Hey, it's Kim. I'm going to do a short flow today with some hip openers. So whenever you are ready, you can get started on your mat. So forehead resting on your mat, knees together or spread wide. So big toes touching, just starting out in your child's pose. So take a big breath in, filling up with air. A long exhale out, emptying out completely. So big breath in, filling up. Long exhale out, just letting go. Maybe gently rolling your forehead from side to side. And just taking a moment to set an intention for your practice today. So big breath in, filling up. Long exhale out, just letting go. We'll go ahead and slowly make our way up to our hands and knees. So stack shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We'll take a few rounds of our cat-cow. So we'll inhale, crown to the front, tail to the back. Exhale to your cat, round your back, push out all of the air. Inhale to your cow. Exhale to your cat. So just taking a few rounds of each, moving with your breath. So just beginning to warm up your spine. After one more round of each, we'll make our way back to a neutral spine, neutral position. We'll take a few hip rolls to the right. So just getting out any snaps, crackles, and pops. Go ahead and come back to center, take a few hip rolls to the left. So we'll make our way back to center and come into our extended puppy pose. So you can walk your palms toward the top of your mat. Spread your fingers wide, reach your tail to the sky, melt your chest towards your mat. Just breathing here, maybe feeling your chest expand with each inhale. So nice, deep belly breaths. Go ahead and make your way back up to your hands and knees. We're going to press back to our first downward facing dog. So feet about hip width apart, heels pressing towards your mat. Fingers spread wide, pressing into your palms. We're going to tiptoe our feet toward the top of our mat. So inhale, halfway lift, pull your back nice and flat. Exhale, take a nice deep forward fold. Inhale your arms to the sky. Hook your thumbs, let your elbows fall out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And heel toe your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Grab opposite elbows and come into your ragdoll. So maybe swaying it out from side to side. Maybe shaking your head, yes or no. You can always bend into the knees for more restorative pose. Go ahead and release your hands, heel toe your feet back to about hip width apart. So inhale, halfway lift. Step back to your high push-up. Exhale to low. Inhale to up. Exhale to down. Reach that right leg to the sky. Bend your knee, heel, open your hip. Maybe rolling out your ankle. Trying to press equally into both hands. Reach that right leg to the sky. We're going to step through to a lunge. So back leg nice and long. And then spin that left foot so it points toward about 10 or 11 o'clock to warrior one feet. We're going to straighten that front leg, pull the hips back. So fold over that front leg. Bend into that right knee. Straighten and bend. Come back to that bent knee. One more time, straighten the legs, pull your hips back. We're going to rise up to our warrior one. So knee over that right ankle, back foot pointing toward about 10 o'clock. Maybe making a connection overhead. Go ahead and open up to goalpost arms and then release hands to the shoulders. Roll those shoulders back. Switch directions, roll those shoulders forward. Reach those arms to the sky, release your hands to your mat. We're going to step left foot up to meet right. So inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to roll up to standing. We're just going to repeat this. We're going to bend into the knees, fold over the legs. Roll up to standing. So bend into the knees, fold over the legs, roll up to standing. So lead with your chest and then your upper back. Just rolling up and down, one vertebrae at a time. We're going to go ahead and meet in a forward fold. Heel toe your feet to the outer edges of your mat. You can either take your ragdoll again, or if it feels okay, you can interlace fingers behind the back and let your arms fall forward. Let your head and neck hang nice and heavy. And just breathing here. So focusing on the breath, focusing on the present moment. When we focus on the breath, we can reset our nervous system. So just being here. Go ahead and release your hands, step back to your high push-up, and we'll rinse through. So exhale to low, inhale to up, exhale to down. So we'll reach that left leg to the sky. Bend your knee, peel open your hip. Maybe rolling out your ankle. Trying to keep those shoulders square to the top of your mat. Reach that left leg to the sky. We're going to step through to a lunge. And then spin that back foot down to our warrior one foot. So toes pointing toward about 2 o'clock. So we're going to straighten the legs, pull the hips back, forward fold. Bend into that left knee. Straighten the legs, pull the hips back. Bend into that left knee. Pull the chest forward. Straighten the legs, pull the hips back. Bend into that left knee. One more time. Straighten the legs, pull the hips back. We're going to come back to that bent knee, rise up to your warrior one. So left knee over that left ankle, maybe making that connection overhead. Open up to goalpost arms, so expand across the chest. And then release hands to the shoulders, roll those shoulders forward. Switch directions, roll those shoulders back. Go ahead and reach your arms to the sky, release your hands to the mat. Step right foot up to meet left. Heel toe your feet a little bit wider than hip width. Turn toes out, heels in, so sink down to your Buddha squat. So getting grounded, rooting through those feet, maybe pressing the elbows into the legs. You can stay here if you want to fly your crow, maybe planting your hands, maybe rocking front to back, maybe flying your crow. So trying to have a nice rounded cat back, sucking that belly button up and in. Maybe making a connection with the feet. And whenever you're ready, we'll make our way back to our Buddha squat. So release our hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. We're just going to step back to our downward facing dog. So take a moment to pedal out your feet. Melt your chest toward your thighs, pull your hips toward the sky. Go ahead and inhale, rise up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, heels to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, heels down. Reach that right leg to the sky. We'll step through and rise up to our warrior one. So back foot pointing toward about 10 o'clock. Right knee over that right ankle, squaring those hips toward the top of our mat. And then we'll peel open to our warrior two. So right knee over the ankle, right heel in line with the arch of the back foot. Relax your shoulders and maybe gaze toward that right hand. We're going to straighten the legs, reach the arms to the sky. Come back to your warrior two. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. And we'll come into our side angle. So right forearm to that right thigh. Reach that left arm to the sky. Try to peel that top shoulder open. We'll come back to our warrior two. Cartwheel your hands to your mat. So step back to your high push-up. Exhale to low. Inhale to up. Exhale to down. So we'll reach that left leg to the sky. Step through. Rise up to your warrior one. Back foot pointing toward about 2 o'clock. And we'll peel open to our warrior two. So relaxing those shoulders, left knee over that ankle. We're going to straighten, reach those arms to the sky. Bend, come back to your warrior two. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale to warrior two, and we'll make our way into our side angle. So left forearm to that left thigh. Reach that right arm to the sky. Try to create a little space. And that left side, really try to lift up. Peel that right shoulder open. We'll come back to our warrior two. Cartwheel your hands to the mat. Step back to your high push-up. Exhale to low. Inhale to up. Exhale to down. We'll reach that right leg to the sky. Step through to a lunge. We're going to drop that left knee and make our way into our lizard lunge. So you can bring hands to the inside of that foot, maybe heel toeing, right toes out, heel in. You can stay here, can lower down to the elbows, or maybe rock onto the outer edge of that foot. If it feels good, you can stack your hands into fists, maybe rolling and massaging your forehead out. adding any movement that feels good to you, letting any tension just pour out. We're going to slowly make our way back up to our hands. Step back to your downward facing dog. So we're going to step that left foot forward to a lunge, drop that right knee. So heel toe that left foot out, toes out, heel in. And then just coming to wherever feels okay to you. Beginning to just let any tension pour out of the hips. Just breathing here. Focusing on the breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. We'll make our way back up to our hands. Step back to your downward facing dog. Take a moment to just pedal out the feet, maybe swaying into the hips. We're going to reach that right leg to the sky and make our way into our pigeon. So right knee to that right wrist. Back leg nice and long. So the front leg can be bent to wherever feels okay to you. Just trying to have that right thigh parallel to the edge of your mat. And then just melting into your pose. Finding that sweet spot for you and letting any tension just pour out like water. Breathing here, maybe thinking let on your inhales and go on your exhales. We'll make our way back up onto our hands, reach that right leg to the sky. So bend your knee, peel open your hip, and then release right foot to meet left. We'll reach that left leg to the sky, left knee to that left wrist. Back leg nice and long. So again, just finding that sweet spot for you. Folding forward if that feels good, and just letting any tension just pour out. So letting anything that no longer serves you just pour out and leaving it on your mat. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. So breathing here. Go ahead and make your way back up onto your hands. We'll press back to our three-legged dog. So reach that right leg to the sky. Maybe bend your knee, peel open your hip. We'll release that left foot. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, heels down. Go ahead and drop your knees. We're going to make our way into a seated position. We're going to come into our butterfly pose. So bringing feet to touch. Just coming to wherever feels good to you. You can stay right here. You can bring your hands to your legs, maybe pressing into the legs if that feels good. Or if it feels okay, you can walk yourself into a forward fold, just trying to keep your back nice and flat. So just breathing here. So opening up those hips. We'll make our way back up to a seated position if you're in a forward fold. Extend that left leg nice and long. We're going to inhale our arms to the sky, exhale, forward fold. Again, trying to have that nice flat back. You can grab the foot if that feels good, maybe flexing or pointing the toes. And just breathing here. So letting go. We're going to come back up to our seated position. So plant your right hand behind your right hip. We're going to reach that left arm and hip up to the sky. Really extend through those left fingertips. Nice stretch in that left side body. And we'll make our way back to our seated position. So we'll come back to our butterfly. Again, finding that sweet spot for you. Sometimes maybe less is more. So just breathing wherever you are. Letting those hips just open up. Letting go of any tension. This time we'll extend the right leg nice and long. Keep that left foot bent in. Inhale your arms to the sky and then forward fold to wherever feels okay to you. So nice, deep belly breaths. We'll come back up to our seated position, left hand behind the hip. Reach that right arm and hip to the sky. Extend through those fingertips. Really pull and reach your body in those opposite directions. We'll come back to our seated position and we're going to come into our straddle pose. So just scooching up to wherever feels okay to you. Maybe sitting up nice and tall, or if you want a forward fold, maybe just walking those hands out. Go ahead and walk your hands back up. We're going to make our way onto our back. So knees bent, feet about hip width apart. Bring that right ankle to the top of the left leg. Hug your left knee in. Maybe pointing or flexing your feet. We'll switch sides. Left ankle to the top of the right leg. Hug that right knee in. Hug your right knee and extend that left leg nice and long. Pull the right knee over to the left side of the body. So trying to keep a connection with your shoulders to the mat. We'll switch sides, right leg nice and long. Hug that left knee in, pull it over to the right. Come back to center. We'll come into our happy baby, so grabbing the outer edges of the feet or peace fingers around big toes. Maybe rocking from side to side. And then we'll curl up into a tight little ball. Give yourself a great big hug. Squeeze your fingers, squeeze your toes, squeeze all of the muscles in your face and body. And then just letting go. Coming into your final resting pose. So just focusing on your breath. Maybe melting into your mat a little bit deeper with each exhale. slowly begin to add movement, maybe wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. And then roll over onto the right side of your body. Slowly making your way up to an easy seated posture. Bringing hands to heart center, the light within me honors the light, love, and peace within you. And together we bow forward and say, Namaste. Yay! Have an awesome rest of your day.